are kind of your all-arounder. They're good at everything, which is really great, but they're not great at anything, which still is amazing. It's basically a weapon with no drawbacks, whereas all the other weapons I would say do have drawbacks. Like for example, the knife's damage is good. It's not great. It's okay. It's decent. The attack speed's really good. The range is crap. When you go to like long blunt, they have the highest chance of knocking stuff down. They have good damage, but their stamina use is pretty awful. And then axes do absolutely brilliant amounts of damage. They're like really solid weapons for damage because they have such high crit chance and good base damage for that crit chance to work. But they are just absolutely just soak up your stamina. So I will say that there isn't. This is one of those games. There isn't like, oh, you should be using this weapon. There is times and places for using weapons. Some people will specialize. Some people won't. All right, we got a posture check. I'm actually going to take 2 seconds because I'm getting a little uncomfortable in my chair. So I'm going to take my desk and stand it up. So that'll take me a minute. And so I'm going to kill my mic while I'm doing that, and I'll be right back for that posture check. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, when it comes to weapon, you'll have a bunch of people go, guns are terrible, guns are unusable, and all that. They're wrong. You just have to be careful about guns. Guns in this game make lots of noise. Noise brings the zombies. Best be ready for the zombies. There are people who certainly joke that the guns are the dinner bells, and I don't disagree with that. The guns are absolutely dinner bells. But if you're mindful of where you are, how many zombies are around, where they are relative to you kind of thing, they are perfectly usable. I will say, though, if you're going to use guns, at aim 0, you only want to be using shotguns. Aim 2 or higher, or 2 or lower, you can go ahead and, or sorry, 2 or higher, you can go ahead and add the 9mm pistol or the 38 special revolver. And then once you're at like aim 4 or higher, you can use whatever gun you want. It's fine. Like, that's fine. Thank you for the follow. Sieg009, welcome to the stream. Okay, so we are clearing the city. And for the record, we are on the maximum zombie population that Project Zomboid handles. Zva says, do guns work well against other players? My answer is going to be I don't know, because I don't PvP in this game. I personally feel like the game is not well designed for PvP. And even the devs said that the multiplayer version they dropped didn't, like, they dropped it with PvP not being dealt with on a meaningful level yet, because they didn't want to hold back multiplayer as an option for that PvP to be sorted out. And that said, I've said a number of times on the channel that like the Rust style PvP is not my thing, so I wouldn't play it in that manner. But if I were to ever PvP on Project Zomboid, it would have to be something that's like Battle Royale or like Hunger Games, like that kind of style, where you plop in and your objective from the start is to kill the other players. Like, there's not going to be alliances, not going to be a thing. Well, right, yes. If you are on a PvP server, absolutely. Like, you're going to want to need to do a PvP. My issue is, like, when you're dealing with, say, for example, Rust, the thing that sucks is, you know, you go offline, they destroy your base, and your stuff's gone. Fair enough. That's not good feels. That's actually why I don't like Rust, is it almost punishes you for sleeping. Now, with Project Zomboid, your stuff is honestly nowhere near as important unless you start building a ridiculous base, which, you know, fair enough. A lot of people actually very much enjoy it, and I don't blame them, because I actually enjoy making ridiculous bases. But the bigger consequence is your skills here. That when you die and you lose all your skills because you died, that is ridiculous. Yeah, Dionchek says, player versus offline is why I don't PvP Rust or Ark. Yeah, I am 100%. If someone can ruin my game experience while I'm not playing, I'm not on board. Like, I spent a long time playing EVE Online, which to a certain degree had that, where you, to protect your space and all that, you had to have people on 24/7. And even in a full-on MMO experience, where you have people from all over the world to participate in your groups and help, even that became like a whole thing. And then you have like Rust, where you have, you know, what, 20, 30, I would guess maybe 100 at the absolute tops people on a server. Just having to like almost schedule people to be online to watch your base, or, you know, effectively start over every time. No. I gave Rust a couple goes, and the first couple of times I came back to my base after being offline for only long enough to sleep and going, well, all my doors and half my walls are gone, and so's all my stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm not. Hey, Nestiana, how's it going? Yeah, Dionchuk saying, loved to hide in wormholes and eat. Yeah, I did that a while. The gun lesson. Give me one moment, rough times, to get you a permit. Just, I don't remember what gun lesson it is, but like I said, if it is a trolling thing, you know, don't do that, please. I am doing pretty good. Having a good stream. Been a pretty good stream pretty much all day, honestly. Okay. Fun with guns in theory. Fun with guns in theory. I don't know that clip off the top of my head. Yep. I usually do streams for about 11 hours. Sometimes I go long. Especially right now, I am doing my push for partner. So if I have a pretty good number of people on, I'm more likely to go long, because it is like the only thing that's keeping me from getting partners having a high enough average viewership. So anything I can do to keep those numbers up, I'm gonna keep doing. I thought you were gonna die in that hit. That type of assumption gets you killed. You shouldn't assume. I am curious, like I don't typically like watch clips on the stream or anything like that. Like clearly that's been clipped from my stream, so I know it's safe for my stream because it is my stream. I just don't know what the clip was. Oh, is it the thing where it's like, you know, alright, lots of zombies, that's fine. So you saw I ran just 2-3 steps to avoid being intercepted. I'm going to keep walking past them till I kind of have them on one side of me. And then we'll turn around and go back to fighting. Yeah. So the comment was going to be, when you're using guns in the game, you need to be mindful. This game does not let you meaningfully walk and shoot guns at the same time. You're doing one or the other. So you walk, you get your distance from the zombie, you park your feet, you turn around, you face the zombie, you hold right mouse button, you wait till the border around the zombie gets greenish. It won't get like the full-on green necessarily that you see with like the crowbar and all that. But you know, greenish yellow, that'll be good enough. Then you can start firing, and you can keep firing once you hit that. You won't lose your aim from firing. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Cool. Thank you for that. But you can keep firing. Like, you don't have to wait to fire again. But the moment you start to move, your aim will immediately go to crap. And you'll have to, again, stop, aim, wait, all over again. And so just know that's the gunplay in this. It's not... You're not playing Left 4 Dead where you're running down the hallway blasting it with a assault rifle the whole time. You're finding your spot, lining up your shots, and then firing a whole bunch. Backing off. finding a spot, lining up your shots, firing a bunch, backing off, rinse and repeat. But yeah, if you notice, the moment I went to hit Moderate Exerted, I immediately pulled out my hunting knife and switched to that instead of my crowbar. And the entire reason was, when you go to Moderate Exerted, it's not a minor damage penalty. It's not like you're doing 5-10% less damage. You're doing like 20-30% less damage. So, I pull out the hunting knife because it uses next to no stamina, and it was enough that I managed to get myself back out of Moderate Exertion. Now, granted, I'm probably just like 1 or 2 crowbar swings from going back into it. So I use the hunting knife to kind of just whittle them down more. Let's see. And Ennis says, the zombies have battered the court building. It's got cracks all over it. Oh yeah, there's an erosion mechanic on it. Like, you see how the road's got grass growing in it. The buildings are all cracked. You'll see vines creeping up the walls. That over time, like, all the buildings will get more and more worn out and that kind of stuff. It goes way faster than it would in real life. Herman says, or sorry, not Herman. Irma says, can I make a server with my friends playable while I'm... Yes. So you can make a server that is hosted. Like all servers, if you do that, you know, typically you have to either provide your own internet connection and a computer to have the server hosted, like, so while you're not playing, the server's still on and playing. You can also pay people to host it. There are hosting options. You can have it so that your friends can play in the world with you, only when you're online. You can do all those kinds of things. They have dedicated servers. Mort says, oh, there's cable and poles in Rosewood. I started the save a day before, unstable. This points and to see them and drive them. Thank you for the follow. Give me one more and I'll read that name out. Just zombies doing zombie things. Got a deal. Alright. And this is why I carry many hunting knives on me. The good news is hunting knives, once you get a little ways in the game, aren't that rare. Pretty much, I mean, honestly, I guess the current settings I have make it unfair, because, like, I have normal loot settings, but I have 16 times the zombies you normally would. This town may not seem that busy, but that's because we've killed almost 64,000 zombies. You know. It makes a difference. Hey, don't do that. I wasn't looking that way. Yeah, I noticed the moment that zombie got close and I hadn't caught it because it was looking off to the side. I ran as opposed to just trying to defend myself. And the entire idea is, if the zombie had bumped into me in a way that could potentially cause the zombie to grab me, I would bump the zombie from running and the grab wouldn't have landed. Because it would have basically shoved the zombie out of the way with my elbow. Yeah, so hunting knives aren't particularly rare, which is one of the reasons I also like short blades. Because it's a weapon type that you can use reliably and not have to be like, oh, I'm running out. Same with like short blunt. You find so many nightsticks in that once you get some points in maintenance, you'll be in great shape. Okay, so thank you for the follow, Herma Jinbu. Welcome to the stream. And if I mispronounce that, please correct me. And I will try and do better in the future. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Perez Dispenser. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so we are trying to wipe out Rosewood. As you can see, like, for those who've been watching me work on Rosewood for like literally the last 3 or 4 streams, for the longest time we couldn't get past that courtroom up there. Like, we were just so heavily overrun by zombies that I was constantly like going in, aggroing a bunch, getting forced out of town, killing them all. rinse and repeat again and again and again. And now we're at this point where just kind of mopping up. Going block by block, killing whatever's around. We got a metal bar for a weapon. And a lead pipe. Oh, take the broken hunting knife. So if you just throw stuff on dead bodies, the dead bodies decay after about 9 days. So it's a good way of dealing with items that, like, you're never going to repair a hunting knife typically. So you just chuck it on a body or put it in a trash can to get rid of it. I'm just driving slow because you'll also notice I just used a rotten fish. Once you get cooking over 7, you can use rotten ingredients. You just get way less out of them. Like, they won't help your hunger or your calories nearly as much. So yeah, we only have like 2 streets left in Rosewood to deal with. Just this one set of houses here, and then that one there. And then that's Rosewood cleared. Of course, these zombies keep wandering in, which is annoying, but that's fine. We were expecting this to be one of the areas we saw more zombies, because it's near the edge of town. I'll have zombies coming in from outside of town. I do anticipate a decent number of zombies at the school, though. Wait, didn't we see a machete earlier? Did I actually grab that machete? I didn't grab the machete. Oh no. It was the group down here had a machete. I just went autopilot and totally forgot. Oh no, I'll never find that machete. Anyone happen to remember where the one with the machete died? Whistlebeak saying, over there. Thank you. I appreciate it. Would have also taken by the fire station, in the road, by the tree. I mean, by the tree might actually have been a useful one if it's honest, but all the other ones. Next to the dead zombie. Aronson says, it's on the ground. Mm-hmm. No, 2 past that. I mean, it's clearly going to be on this side of the parking lot down here somewhere. But where is the real question? Got to rewind the VOD to check. Yeah, I'm assuming it's in that bottom left corner or bottom right corner somewhere, because that's where the horde that had it was. But I don't know how much I drug them towards the middle of the parking lot or anything like that. And I think it's been a while since I killed that zombie. Like, we're still same day, just... We've done a lot of killing. Alright, so we could be up here. Gonna try and do a quick run through. If we see it, great. If we don't, we'll just move on. Just got into the autopilot of kill zombie, kill zombie, kill zombie. It's like, wait a second. We saw a machete earlier. Where did that go? Assuming if it's not up here, it's going to be in one of these piles of zombies over there. Found it. I'm actually surprised we found it that fast. So it's kind of just going, it's like, okay, would we either drug them up this way or to the left that way? Ah, it was the zombie with the shoes on, says McFarmer. Quite, yes. It was absolutely the zombie with the shoes on. And the clothes. Like, had the clothes on. 100%. Alright guys, a group of zombies here. I'm going to drive past them just a little ways, then we'll hop out and kill them. Because that way the noise of the vehicle draws them out and I don't have to, you know, do a bunch of yelling and stuff. I have a feeling that we may have had multiple people who went rewound and they're like, okay, where did he kill it? And so they're not seeing the live feed of it, and they're just like, yep, we're gonna find it, gonna help them out. And so like, well, thank you. Thought that counts. That's what 2 hours for? Cool. I just wasn't sure if like people just quickly like rewound, you know, take the stream, go back and like the VOD part of it and all that. It's all good. Even if I hadn't found it, it's not that big a deal. Like, don't get me wrong, the machete slaps, big fan. But right now, with how good we're getting with pretty much all weapons, like I don't really need to go out of my way for a better weapon kind of thing. Like I love grabbing the katanas, but even if we missed a katana, I'd be like, okay, but seriously, I'm still gonna kill like 500-600 zombies today, so I mean, it doesn't matter. Nasty Anna says, I put on a trait that makes you more noticeable to the zombies. Yeah, that's not a bad trait. Like, it depends on, like, how confident you are in combat and, like, what you're doing and all that. Like, genuinely, this character, I would not have a problem with giving them that trait. Because, I mean, I'm at that point where it's like, no, zombies, come to me. Like, I want you to find me. What I don't want to do is go wandering into some houses and dark closets where you're lingering waiting for me. I want you to be mad at me as fast as possible so you announce your presence by smashing on doors and all that before I get there. Then I don't have to worry about some like bathroom zombies and all that. Excellent. I mean, I've said a number of times on the stream that I personally feel like sneaking around is a trap. That's like, in the moment, you're like, oh yeah, things are going good, I haven't gotten hurt. But the problem is you find yourself, you've infiltrated into the zombie horde, you know, you're in the middle of all the zombies, and then things go sideways, and now suddenly zombies close in from all sides, and you get yourself killed. Versus, if you kill all the zombies between yourself and where you're going, and things go sideways, you just walk away. You just go, this fight? Nah. Nah, I'm out. Just gonna eat my salad, I'm gonna walk away. Not doing it. Not buying it. I hate these fences, because what's happening is these zombies, there's probably a horde way up here along the fence line up there. And so what they're doing is they're trying to reach that other side of the fence from their horde. And they just do laps again and again, going back and forth, trying to be like in position relative to their horde. Did you all not stand on the road that I just cleared? Yeah, Alpha says, yeah, stealth is only useful for positioning and picking off only what you can chew. Yeah, no, I would say that's true. Like using stealth for pulling. Cool. It can also be helpful in those like real nasty pinches where, you know, things have gone sideways, you had the helicopter, it was poorly timed, you're drowsy, you're exerted, you're just trying to survive, and like you can sneak into a bedroom or something to sleep the night. That's fair. You don't want to have to be in that situation. If you're in that situation, you've already not necessarily made a bunch of mistakes, but things have gone wrong in a number of ways. But that's more the exception. Like, you don't want to make stealth your normal practice. Unless you're very specifically saying, hey, you know what? I want to do a stealth run. I want my character to kill as few zombies as possible. Fair enough. You're arbitrarily putting an extra challenge on you and requiring stealth as the means of dealing with it. Doesn't matter how you play the game. If you're having fun, you're playing it right. Just saying, if you're just trying to survive, maybe don't stealth much. Like, don't depend on it. And don't run. I shouldn't pull that up right there. If you look at number 2 on the survival guide, don't run. It'll tell you all the reasons not to run. It says don't run here, it says it there, it goes through all the information, it talks how it makes you louder, talks how it burns your stamina, saying don't do it. It's a function in the game, but, you know, save it only for the situations you actually do need to run. If you don't need to run, don't run. That's it. If you're like safely home at your base, you've got a perimeter, you can run around to train at that kind of thing. When you're out and about, don't run. You almost never want to or need to run. A Cyber Angel, I'll deal with that in a moment. Cyber Angel, Cyber Angel says, when I started playing, I stealth a lot to avoid larger groups. Now that I'm more comfortable with combat, I tend to clear them out more. Yeah, and that's my, like, exactly kind of thing is very much most players when they start, they will try and stealth, and it's like, generally speaking, I'm like, you know, like, very, very seriously, like, consider just going up and fighting the zombies, even if you don't feel comfortable, like, you're only going to get comfortable by fighting the zombies. Where are you guys going? You know, except that you can engage zombies. Now granted, obviously, if we're talking about your character's not in a good position and everything, but yeah. Al says, I enjoy sneaking up to groups and whispering to pull a few at a time. It's always fun to sneak up behind zombies. Yeah, and so like to me that's a different type of sneaking. Is, you know, the whole you're sneaking up, getting a few, and like I'll do that at the beginning of a run where it's like I see the giant horde of 18. I'm like, okay, well we're 0 strength, 0 fitness. You know, I'm not just gonna walk up to that horde and fight it. Like I could come out on top, but I'm gonna be in such bad shape by the time I'm done, so far as exertion and everything. That's probably just not a smart move on my part. And so in those cases, what I'll do is I'll sit there and I'll do the same thing, where it's not, I don't actually like sneak up to them or whisper. I just kind of walk to like the edge of where they can see me. That way, you know, just a couple see me, I fight them, rinse and repeat. Mort says, what stopped me stealthing at the beginning is that crouching absolutely shreds your stamina. Yep, it does use more stamina to crouch and walk around. It's like using it a little, you'll never notice the stamina use, but if you do like stealth just in general, you'll just find yourself constantly getting exerted and going, what? And then if you do even worse, like you stealth run, it's just goodbye stamina. Stamina doesn't exist. What is the stamina you speak of? It's not that you stealth per se, it's that you move slower. It's honestly not that big a deal anymore. Like nowadays, if I'm playing, if you put your mouse over this eyeball, it will tell you everything, giving you a buffer bonus. So you notice I didn't gain a bonus for crouching. But if I were to right click, I can't do it while I do it, but you can right click and that helps. Hey, Don Joto. Yep, we are over a year in. A year and a month, actually. We have to grab the gnome. Non-negotiable. The gnome's coming with us. I don't really know how I guess I could pull up from the front here still. And I take the time to tow the cars off the road. I see the zombie over there. Because otherwise, later, when I think everything is safe and I start driving through at 50, I don't want to find that car going 50 miles per hour and can't stop. So, you know. Alpha says, that reminds me... Oh, question. Exhaustion screws up stealth too, doesn't? I honestly do not know the answer to that, if I'm being real. I just don't stealth. I don't think it does, but I can't say that with any level of confidence. Cyranger says, I will be damned if I lose this playthrough. My character died from falling off a stair. Now the new one is reading in the library non-stop for 5 days. Short stops to eat and sleep. Otherwise, page, flip, flip, flip. Yep. Yeah, so you're playing what, there's two ways you play Project Zomboid typically is you play roguelite, which is basically you keep some progress between. That's where you you remake your character, you still have a base, or even more so like if there's mods you can get that'll let you keep your skills and all that. So that's one way to play. I play roguelike. When this character dies, this world gets, goes away. The world stops existing. I make a new character in a new world, and we never return. Play whatever way you prefer. Yeah. Oh no, that's fine. Still want to see winter? Excellent. I found the winter we had this first run, or this first year, pretty underwhelming. And the reason for it, I don't think we had a single day we actually had like proper full snow coverage. Like we got close once or twice, but it was gone like the next day. I was pretty disappointed by that. Amel says, I think overburdening does, but I can't quite get why my burglar get aggro from zombies incredibly far off. Trying to pinpoint the reason. Just so you know, stealth has nothing to do with your visibility with zombies. It's strictly your noise. Like, if the zombie can see you, the zombie can see you. You don't magically, like, fade into the shadows or something. It's the noise you make. So you can sneak up behind a zombie real well with stealth. That said, if you crouch behind cover, stuff like that, that does help. Your best run so far is 1 month, 29 days. Excellent. Tenzel says maybe it was broken with the update. I couldn't answer that. Okay, so bear with me for just a second. I'm gonna take a step and like walk around for just a minute, stretch those legs. And I'll be back in just a minute. I was just checking on my wife because normally she like, pops in here when she heads to bed. I'm like, she should have done that by now. It's like, oh, she fell asleep at her desk. All right, let's go and get these cars out of the way. You can't see, but she's behind me over the corner. I have a beanbag chair that used to be in this room, but I didn't have room for it, so I moved it out of this room. So she's bringing it in so she can, like, sit down and kind of just nod off there and be in the same room. One second. I think she was saying you need to use the restroom. I just didn't hear it. Alpha says, I swear some of those were looking at me. Okay. That's some ooh-ooh right there. Yeah, she does that. Like, that was one of my hesitations for, moving my stuff into this room so I could set up the green screen and all that. Because, like, it means a lot to her to just, you know, kind of be chilling in the same room, even if we're not doing something together at the moment. Like, you know, it's just kind of one of those things of just, we're hanging out in the same space or whatever. Yeah, that was, like, the hesitation. I mean, I'm glad I did, because it, like, really helped with the stream setup and all that kind of stuff, but, you know. You imagine her needing the beanbag like a cat would. I think she's more gonna plop down in and fall back asleep. You didn't hear her because I saw the mic to go. She's like, you don't know me, like referring to chat. Oh, flamingo. I almost forgot about the flamingo with all this stuff happening behind me. I'm assuming that yawn actually did pick up. They're just laughing. You work tomorrow, right? I'm sorry. How am I towing you? Try and make this work. Perfect. Alright, where am I dumping this car off? I just need some space that I can drop it off and turn around. Over here will be fine. Need to deal with our zombie friend first, because he's kind of in the way. Buddy. Thank you. Oh, right, we're drowsy. Yeah, I was just gonna move those cars and then, find a place to sleep. We're probably getting pretty close to due for another helicopter, which does not excite me right now. That'll be good enough. Get out, get out, get out. Okay. Because the risk here is I'm kind of pinned in that car at the moment. So I could have the zombie just beat on the window, cause me a problem. They did not want to just stand there and let him get up to the window and start banging on that window. Then I don't want him to damage my car in the first place. Alright, so I had figured, oh, we'll go cut over this last road, but I guess we go back to the house we've been sleeping in, if I can remember where it was. Wasn't it up here? Nope, not that way. You know what? One of these, you got a zombie in your front door. How do you look, house? Let's have a little peeky peek in one of these houses and just find a bed we can sleep in. Walk around the back a little farther. Let's go in this window. It looks clear. Okay, leaving that open for just a second. Okay, so fast forward a little bit till sleepy time. I'll do that.